Alrighty, I think I am live. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special session on this Friday night where I do come on to finish out all the readings from the earlier session. I did not get to any of the free readings. And you'll notice after I finish the stream, I do put a pinned comment listing all of the readings and the timestamps as well. I group them donations and then my YouTube channel member free readings and then the free readings for non-YouTube monthly channel members. So you can kind of know where to look. That's the priority in which they're completed anyway. Um, and so that makes it easier to find your reading. We have quite a few tonight. And you'll see the order also right now in the description box of the video. I put it there, but then I pin a comment at the end when the stream ends with the actual timestamps. I'll be back. You'll see there's no chat for the session because I'm not taking any new readings. I'm just going to complete the old ones from the earlier session. I'll be back tomorrow morning, though, at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Also tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also again on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, if you'd like to join me then for more questions. All right, I think that is everything, blah, blah, blah. So we'll jump in here. So we have Moonlight. You are up first here. Grab your time stamp. All right. So thank you for your multiple donations this evening. So we have here your donation reading, and then also you had a free question, and I'll post that right at the end. So you just have one timestamp. You don't have to go looking. All right. So let's dive in here. And good morning to you. I think you were going to bed because you're way on the other side of the world. So good morning to you. So you want to know what's up for the weekend? Money, love. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this weekend? Just in general, what they want you to know. And then let's look at money. Like that's money, and these two are love. So we'll see what we have coming in here. So the bottom energy for the weekend, you do have the Five of Cups, which the Five of Cups, of course, is an energy of like turning our friend upside down or emotional choice, kind of, because the five is the number of change, cups is the emotions. Usually there's three cups that someone's focusing on that are the spilt cups, the lower vibration, but behind them have the two cups of the power of emotional choice. So it feels like this weekend with two and two and two, that there is some emotional choices that can happen this weekend. And the weekend all depends on how you choose to look at it with all that. So I love that empowerment, right? The overall energy as well here, just the general. Got the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So the Eight of Pentacles is about work, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and seeing the fruition in the outside world. And you also have there the Page of Cups, which is about a higher emotion, uplifting of emotion, again, higher vibration, right? And I feel like this is a recognition that you have been really focusing a lot on uh, the ability to choose and the habit of choosing a higher vibration emotion. And I feel like this is the weekend that you have a great opportunity to have a lot of feelings of happiness and joy and higher vibration because of that. So it's kind of like learning a habit and then putting the habit into practice this weekend. When we're looking at money, you have the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Queen of Swords is the balancer between the head and the heart. And we do have the Ten of Swords, which is this letting go of expectations and the freedom that comes with that. You know, whenever I get that kind of combination, it is that when I focus on the gratitude of what I do have and what I have had, that opens up the floodgates for me to have more come in, right? Because I'm focusing on what is and what I have had, so that have energy, you know, begets more have energy. If I'm focusing on the expectations of this is what I should have, is supposed to have, need to have, must have, blah, 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 that lower vibration, of course, pushes it further away. So I like, again, this power of emotional choice coming in that allows us to, also balance out our beliefs around money and to focus on the gratitude that brings in awareness. I feel like with this combination too, you get ideas when you're focusing on the abundance you do have and have had. Ideas come in of how you can bring more abundance in as well. So this is a lot of mental energy with the sword. So I feel like you get ideas that get dropped into your head. Right. I like that. And then for love, you have the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Love feels like there's some combative, conflicting energy. Um, and I like the Eight of Swords coming in here too, because like the Five of Cups, this is an energy of moving from lower vibrational thoughts around and stories around love to higher vibration. And part of that with the Eight of Swords is this flow of mental energy of determining, like, what are my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets regarding love that have kept me blinded and restricted and small and limited and feeling caged, and there's this release of this energy. So I feel like a lot of thinking. I mean, you got, I mean, literally swords, 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 swords. All about money and love is all about clarity and um, looking into the stories that you have in your mind around money and love, and making this transformation, making this change of how we see things can bring in the fruit of that labor. But I feel like it's more of a thinking weekend around, especially around money and love. But that emotional choice energy, I feel really helps too. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here. Here we go. You've got, I know that I can manifest all that my heart desires. I'm ready to receive. Yeah, it's good energy, but it starts with gratitude, right? And that change of energy. So I love that. That's for your donation. And then for your free reading, let's grab that here. How does your son really feel about not getting the apprenticeship he thought he would have? Did he even want it? And will he get another opportunity that will align with his wishes? All right, let's take a look here. So we'll pull one card for your first part and one card for the second. So, how does he really feel? Did he really want it? Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a movement of thought and belief and mindset, right? Is he a big thinker like you are? You got all that swords energy. Now he gets a swords energy. But this is a change of mind, a change of mindset. I feel like he wanted it in the beginning, and then the more he thought about it, I feel like he's not so um attached to it like he was. And that's why I feel like it wasn't a huge big deal of, yeah, disappointing, but not like devastating. Like, well, and but he's like looking at going, well, I didn't really want it as bad as I did in the beginning anyway, so I'm kind of okay with this. Will he get a different opportunity? Look at Queen of Swords, all the swords, balance of head and heart. I feel like he is. I feel like his mind wanted the apprenticeship, but his heart wasn't in it. And I feel like once he figures out the difference between what his head is saying he should and need to, supposed to, blah blah blah, what his heart wants to take him, I feel like he will have an opportunity that will align with his heart's wishes, but his mind's wishes, I feel like, keep falling short because it's out of fear and out of trying to do what he thinks he's supposed to do, not what his heart desires, that is, taking him in those directions. So I feel like if he gets another opportunity, like with what his mind wants, it's just gonna because his heart is kind of sending out energy. Psh, 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 I don't want that stuff. Pop in the balloons. Nope, nope, nope. I want to go this way. So if he aligns with something that aligns with his heart, then there will be an opportunity that actually comes to fruition for him. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Moonlight. Thank you again for all your donations. Right. And then Amazing Grace, you are up. Let me grab your timestamp here. All right. So Amazing Grace, thank you so much for your donation via Zcash app. And you wanted to know, is King Kurt your person? Because he's trying to get back in. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Okay, is he your person? And okay. Can you tell us more about all this? All right. So I know that's kind of a yes or no question, but yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Santa Muerta, who's the death card, death and rebirth. And the first card that came out and just answering the question, are they the person? Are they your person? You have the Eight of Pentacles, which is more the blood, the sweat, the tears. I feel like they're more of a stepping stone. This is a death and a rebirth. So I don't feel like they are. Let's see what else comes in here, because this feels like the Eight of Pentacles is like a butterfly that goes into a cocoon, become a butterfly. I mean, a caterpillar. Did I say butterfly? Caterpillar goes into a cocoon to become a butterfly. And when come out of the cocoon, you realize the other person stayed a caterpillar. And you're like, but I'm a butterfly. I need to fly, and you can't go with me, and I'm not carrying you. That's why I feel like there's with the rebirth, this death and rebirth is all about transformation, and the Eight of Pentacles is about transformation. I don't feel like they transformed with you, and so they don't match your energies here. Okay. And we've got the Eight of Wands, which is a fast moving energy, to the King of Cups. Yeah. So the King of Cups, this is your king coming in here. And it won't be too long here, but you do have to let them go to move forward, because the King of Cups is one of my cards of compatible partner, and that compatibility that comes in there. And yeah, so this is movement towards your King of Cups. It's your leaving and moving forward. So I don't feel like they are. Let's see what this tells us here too. Got the High Priestess. Yeah, so this is stepping away, going up into your High Priestess temple, connect with your higher self and your spiritual posse, going behind the veil, seeing things for what they are, and diving deep into your own emotions and understanding yourself. And so there is this little bit of time alone here where you're letting stuff go that doesn't serve you anymore to prepare you, right? You also have the Two of Wands. Yeah. So the energy that you're focusing on determines how fast that they're drawn towards you. As we talk about, if I focus on gratitude, and that's that power of choice in our story and our emotions, but this is about energy. What am I focusing on? Am I focusing on need and want? Then that's lack energy, and that's pushing them further away, this King of Cups. But if you focus on what you're grateful for in yourself, in your self love, what you're grateful for in any relationship, what you're grateful for in any past relationship you've had, lovers or whatever, because the more you focus on what you love about relationship, then that helps draw things in as well. You have the Page of Swords, which is about gaining clarity. And this is a lot of what is going on. This is releasing the stories, becoming aware of my own thoughts and beliefs around love, around, that partnership in the future. But this is all a time of solitude. So they're kind of reinforcing it's not that time yet. Yeah, and then you have the Six of Wands. So eventually you'll find that equal attraction, that will come forward here with the Six of Wands. But I don't feel like, you know, that's the victory, that's the celebration, that's the again, 3 wands on each side, this mutual attraction that draws you guys together, but that's not Kurt. I feel like with all this, this is progression, especially with the high priestess. That is an energy of spending time with just you for a little bit, still letting some other things go to prepare you. So they were a stepping stone. They were part of the blood, the sweat, and the tears there for this. Let's see what your fortune cookie says too. I feel like we're going to an angel number here for you. Okay. You got 0404. Slow down. Got the slow down card, which talks about balance and power struggle, force. Well, this is violence, hope, authority, ancestors, restlessness, low vibrations, warning. Yeah, so they're like, slow down. That's when things slow down to make sure we're not drawing in that lower vibrational energy. But it says, pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. And energy kind of feels like keep old things away, right? All right. So hopefully that helps there. Amazing Grace. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me bring these others up here. All right. So Miss K, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Thank you again for your patience in getting to your reading, and thank you for your donation. So it's been an interesting week with your Taurus friend. What does he think of you in this relationship? Ooh, the Taurus has been activated. Let's take a look. Let me take a sip here. This back. There we go. All right. So, what does he think of you in this relationship? I feel like this is kind of underneath the surface here. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, interesting energies. So we do have the 9 of cups on the bottom of the deck, which is like a dream come true kind of energy. Um, so their underlying energies, they do feel, I mean, and you're like, well, yeah, I am a dream come true, right? But there's that energy they do have, like, wow, you bring so much, and you're like what a dream would be. Energy, that's the underlying energy. Let's see what comes in here. What does he think? Got the Page of Swords. So there is a heightened way of thinking, clarity that's coming in here, and the Justice card too, which the Justice card with the Ace of Swords and the balancing scales is a lot of, again, a lot of mental clarity that comes in both of these cards, trying to see things from a different perspective, seeing things differently. Again, clarity, clarity, clarity on who you are, what they want. But when we're asking what do they think, there is transformation in thinking here. Let's see what this underlying energy, I feel like that goes with these. The 10 of Wands. Yeah. So the 10 of Wands, I feel like we got this on them before. I don't know why Spirit's bringing it back, but maybe that we had this before in them. Because the 10 of Wands is a lot of energy, can be the burden card, but then it can flip to a because someone's carrying like 10 wands on their back, so it can look like a burden, but you can also switch your mindset and look at it as harvest. So it's like a duality kind of card where, depending on your choice of looking at it, can either look at, oh, that poor person, look at the burden they carry, to look at how much abundance that's there. And I know they had this fear in the past of not meeting up to someone's expectations and falling short, and that everyone requires so much and it's so exhausting trying to be who everyone wants me to be. But then that switches, the 10 of wands is an ending of investing energy and just this freedom energy that comes in. And that's like I feel like there's this mindset is changing that maybe you're different. Maybe you're not someone who has all these expectations on who you have to be and supposed to be, need to be, and must be, and this is how the relationship is supposed to unfold, and blah 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 blah. When we focus on all those expectations and it sucks the life out of a relationship, that was their fear. But there's some energy changing here where they're looking at it differently and looking at maybe you are different, right? Let's see what else is over here too, because we have the Knight of Wands. So there is some passionate interest energy here. So definitely um, physical emotion, no, not emotional, but physical and energetic attraction that's activated here. The Knight of Wands, a lot of fast moving passion. Maybe it's been a while for him too, and so I feel like their libido is activated. Oh my. We do have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is Aries energy, which is um, the Emperor trying to figure out what they want. It's a lot of fire energy here, but what do I want? What do I want? And the plan and put the make a plan and put action behind the plan kind of comes in with this too. So there is an energy. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. There's this energy of trying to figure out what is it that I really, really want. And once I figure it out, I'll make a plan and put it. So kind of an indecision kind of energy, which makes sense with everything. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe I need to rethink things. And they are rethinking things. And they definitely have this attraction energy. Underneath the surface, well, Two of Cups. Two of Cups is this relationship type of energy, this, draw. So something has definitely been activated here. So some interesting energy that's coming in. So, underneath the Nine of Cups, this is the energy, the death and rebirth card. And underneath that, they do have the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And the Devil card, which is basically that energy of long held beliefs and thoughts and the shaking and the rattling of their thought and belief systems. Um, it's been activated again, thinking of things differently than they did before. And I feel like we've talked about him before. He had a lot of fears about disappointing, and that's why he was like, oh, maybe it's better off I just hang out by myself. But whatever the stars in alignment have allowed it to expand a bit. So interesting. Let's I feel like we're going to an angel number here. Let's see what else spirit has here for you. For your fortune cookie here. We've got the eye candy. That's hilarious because that's kind of the energy a bit of this activation of, like I said, their libido. But it says, get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you'll go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. Well, 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 there we go, Miss K. So hopefully that helps. All right, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Appreciate your donation. All right. And then Shawn G, you are up. Thank you so much for your donation via Zcash app. And wanted guidance for the weekend. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. So, guidance for this weekend. Nope. feel like we want to redo that. Guidance for this weekend. I think that's just a message there in itself. It's like, do I want to choose that? Nope. I choose to reshuffle. I choose to throw things in and see a change. So I feel like these are it. No more of these? Well, I do want this one. All right. Yeah, bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Swords energy. And the Seven of Swords is the thievery and liar or lies and deception and again thievery just but it can represent our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that cheat us out of new opportunities and things. And so it does always point us back, even if there's a deceiver or a liar that comes across our path, it's always pointing us back to what in here is lying to me and restricting me and keeping me. It moves to the Eight of Swords next, which is flowing and releasing our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and restricted and trapped. So it's these mindsets this weekend. I feel like there's some triggers, or at least a trigger that pops up to point back to us a belief that's within us, a fear that's at the root of this trigger. And it's good for us because once we become aware of it, then we are released from it, right? So let's see what else they want you to know here. You got the Hanged Man. It's time to see things from a different perspective. Step away, pause, dangle by 1 foot from a tree. Don't do it in real life. It hurts. I've heard. I haven't tried it myself, but it is about, Odin hung himself upside down from the tree of life to get to the axis of the universe's knowledge. And that's what happens when we're able to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, see things from the bird's eye view, right? Let's see what else comes in here. You got the King of Pentacles. So it does appear this is around abundance, this seeing abundance differently, seeing wealth and prosperity and fullness of life differently, um, with all of this here too. So I feel like there is this. I feel like that's something that comes up a lot, right? Abundance, abundance, having enough, having enough, having enough, and what's at the root of this, right? And I feel like this has been something that you've been pondering and exploring and going on an adventure around. And I feel like this weekend is just another one of the beliefs comes up because the Seven of Swords usually has someone holding, let's see, there's two swords stuck in the ground, which are two beliefs that you were aware of, you've already left behind. There's 3, yeah, 3 swords in this hand because 'cause they're looking back and they see the 3 swords they have in this hand. So these are things that you're working on releasing, and then in this hand, there's 2 more that they don't see yet. And so I feel like these are the ones that are triggering. One of these is coming up so that you can release it. But it's about abundance. Yeah, maybe the 8 of Cups along with the 10 of Cups. Yeah, part of some joy that comes in here is releasing some old emotions that don't serve anymore. But this can also be about releasing relationships that don't serve anymore because it gives you this emotional energy back that you can use towards new. It brings you joy. It brings in higher vibrational relationships. So there are some that, maybe maybe a person or two that from your past that you've been maintaining relationships with, but you're pouring in 70, 80, 90% in, and they're only giving a little bit. And you've been, because of how long you've known them, because of this importance that you've put on the relationship, you've been willing to overgive and pour everything in, but it's time to back off or just to eliminate them and just stop investing in them because it does allow new, closer, more equal, more joyful relationships to replace those. But while they're in place, your heart is like, I don't have enough to allow other relationships with other people, whether it's lovers or if it's just great friends and great, of besties that are very supportive. I just feel like there is this time of change around that can come up this weekend, because I feel like that's part of all this that's coming in there. My vein was popping up. I'm like, "Whoa." All right. Yeah, and then you do have important relationships with the Lovers card. That can be, like I said, it can be lovers, but it can be friends, family, coworkers, whatever. It's important relationships. And underneath it, yep, Knight of Cups. So here's movement of emotion again. Really, these four cards coming out is so much about allowing relationships, looking at the important relationships and are they equal, giving and receiving? And if they're not, then is it really an important relationship? It might be an important one to you, but if it's not important to the other person, then why keep it alive? Um, kind of energy. So interesting. Uh-oh, there's relationships on the chopping block this weekend. All right, let's see with this Dreamers deck. Let's see what else they have here for your fortune cookie. All right, put this one here, and you have. I know that worrying only blinds me from the beauty that is all around me. I am not stressing. I love it. That's that energy of the about not having enough, right? So hopefully that helps, Sean. That's what they have. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. Hey, everybody. So that's it for the donation pieces. The free readings go faster, so hang in there. We're going to start with the YouTube channel member free readings. So we have Ashish. You are up first. Grab your timestamp here. And you want to know, will the difficult part of your life end and bring success in all parts of your life? All right, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know based on current energies. Okay, do one of these. So you've got the Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups. Yeah, so the Four of Cups represents kind of an emotional stagnancy. And the difficult part of your life can look at like even numbers. We we have, of course, we start off at 0, right? And then we get a 1, which introduces something that brings us to the balance number 2. Eventually, the balance number 2 gets stagnant, then we have a 3, brings in odd, it brings in conflict to bring us up to number 4, 4 of cups, right? In this case, the 4. And then when we're in the 4 for a while, we become stagnant. We need another conflict, a 5, to bring us to the balance 6. And then we have the number 7 that comes in after we've been at the 6 for a while because we want to move to the 8. But we can't just leap the even numbers normally. The conflict is what brings us the growth that allows us to release things to allow us to go to the next level. So, this is all saying here with the Four of Cups that you've had difficulties to help you get to the next level. And it always is, but the Queen of Wands also tells us that we're the ones that holds the power. That, you know, once we learn, I would say the lesson, but once we see what we've wanted to learn from a situation, then we are released from it. And when we have gratitude around thank you that this was happening for me so I could learn this. I'm ready to go to the next level. Then we go to the next level. But when I'm looking at life is happening to me, that's keeping me in that cycle of low vibration, stuck in the conflict. And as long as I'm going around and around and around and around with the trouble or the conflict in our life, then I get more of that. It comes in and I get stuck in that. So you have the power with the Queen of Wands to go, all right, let me step back, take a big deep breath and step back and go, why did I want this to happen for me? What is the gift in this for me? Once we can see that and sincerely see it, then we're released from it. I don't need it anymore because, like I learned in relationships, The teachers will show me what I want to see about myself until I see it. And it'll keep repeating over and over and over again. Trust me. It's like the lesson is repeated until it is learned, but we also get the messengers that come and keep showing us what we're wanting to see until we see it. And that's the great thing, is that they will continue to keep showing it till we see it. So hopefully that helps. It's up to you. The difficulty ends when you recognize what you wanted to learn in it, and that it's happening for you and not to you. As long as you're in a it's happening to you energy, then we're in that lower vibration and we're not seeing the lesson. We're just kind of being tumbled around by it. But once we're able to get our footing and step back and go, why did I want this to happen for me? What am I learning about myself, my life? Oh, and then we're released from it. And then things change. We get up to level 6, right? For a while, and then just know, no, we get bored, we get come stagnant. 7 will come so we can go to the next level, right? Right. So hopefully that helps, Ashish. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. All right. And then Lolita, you are up next. Let me grab your timestamp here. Lolita, so do you see the relationship between you and the person on your mind being able to be repaired, non-romantical? All right, let's take a look. All right. And this one here. Okay. Is it repairable? Well, we do have the High Priestess and the Seven of Wands. The High Priestess is a little bit of time of stepping away. The High Priestess, she goes away, goes up into her High Priestess temple to reflect on things, communicate with spirit, look behind the veil, look behind the meaning of things, dive deep into our own emotions. And so it's a lot of self reflection to understand. And then the Seven of Wands is about being true to your authentic self, not dimming your light, not walking on eggshells, not asking permission to shine. So I'm getting this energy, like, especially with this reflection and not dimming, it's things can't go back to be what, because if we go back and do what we always did, we'll end up getting what we've gotten before, and it'll, even if we repair it, it's like fixing the symptom, but not getting to the cause, right? So it's like if there's something where I feel like I have to change to be who they want me to be, then I'll get frustrated after a while and explode. And then, and then, or if this is them, if there's something that's there below the surface that is being reflected in my relationship with someone, until this changes, the reflection's not going to change. So we'll just keep circling there. If I don't deal with the cause, then it's still going to happen over and over again. So I feel like there's a time here of reflecting on you, going, what did I learn about myself in this relationship? What's the root of why, things, blow up between us? Um, And then when you get to the root of it and you can find out what is the trigger for you, you can be released from it from your end, and then things can be repaired. But sometimes when you do that internal change, you realize, I don't have that interest to have that repaired anymore. I'm going to go on to something else. The next lesson, right? So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you there, Lolita. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Livier Vergara, you are up. Let's put your timestamp down here. All right. So Livier, good to see you. And then you want to go, where will be the place may I ask, where will be the place I will travel in some time this year? All right, let's take a look here and see. Can you tell us a little bit about the travel? All right, there we go. You've got the Six of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Very much about abundance and full energy here. Six of Pentacles is having enough to give to someone else, and the 10 of Wands can be like a card of burden, but when you get the card like this coming out together, it's about fruition and abundance and fulfillment and fullness of life. So I do feel like here, this is like your dream vacation because this clock is it's the time is now. With this little time, the clock, it's like um, you deserve it. You deserve to um, gift this to yourself because this is this abundance. There's this fullness, and it's like, yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's go to this dream vacation. And I just feel like it's time. It's like, what am I waiting for? If I go now, I can enjoy it. If I wait till I retire, then I may not be able to enjoy it. So I feel like they're saying the time is now to go for it, to enjoy this dream vacation. So whatever the dream vacation is, that's the dream destination. So how fun. I know, right? Like, oh, but, it's all about the energy. It's all about, all right, I'm so grateful, creator, for creating the opportunity to go there and do this. And thank you for opening the way and making the possibilities for me to go there. So it's like, all right, and then let the creator show you the way. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Ankitaaaa. You are up. Grab your timestamp here too. And you'd like a general reading. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? So for Ankitaaaa, you want this one and this one. All right. So you got the Devil card and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, two major arcana. And I do like this because, and this has to do with work, because the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, the 10th house, is ruled by Capricorn, and the Devil card is Saturn, Capricorn energy. And so there is all this energy about movement, the wheels of fate turning regarding work. But the Devil card is also, regarding work, it's releasing old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had growing up, long held beliefs about what you're supposed to do and should do and need to do. And the job should be this and you should be doing that, and blah, 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 blah. It's all mental energy that's coming in with that Devil card, Capricorn, thinking, thinking, thinking. But it's this release so that you can move into something that's more fated regarding work and regarding what your dream come true is from your heart, not from the noggin and from those long held beliefs. So there's this movement forward with the Wheel of Fortune. The wheels are starting to turn, and it's like things are coming up. They're challenging you to release these expectations, these thoughts, these supposed to be's around work, that work has to be this, to work from the heart is drawing you. You don't have to figure out your entire life right now, but this is about you following your heart. Where's your heart leading you right now in this time in your life? And follow it. It won't take you in the wrong place. All right. So that's what they have for you right now. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Let me bring some of these over here. Now we will move into the free readings. Let me take a sip here. All right. We have Hot Sun up. So, Hot Sun, grab your timestamp. You're at 44 minutes even, 4400. So, Hot Sun, what is the purpose of Matt and your connection? Like serious commitment or friends, and the bottom of the deck. All right. So, what is the purpose of the connection? So, it's just Libras. I'm so sorry. I'm fighting off yawning. Scorpio full moon energy. I was dreaming. I woke up like 2, 3 times throughout the night last night, and I'm like, come on. Psh, psh, psh. So I'm having some more coffee. Trying to stay awake. All right. And what else here? Okay. Nope. Not those. What else about the connection? All right. I feel like this one here. Okay, the bottom of the deck you have, Well, you have the death card, Santa Muerta, death and rebirth. Let's see what happens here. What is the purpose here? The moon, deep and unknown and unseen. And the world card. Wow. Ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. Three major arcana: death card, world card, the moon. Moon is cycles, energy too, with full moon, new moon, ending, beginning. Ending, beginning, ending, beginning, ending, beginning here over and over and over and over again. Does that mean anything to you? You're like, yeah, that's been our journey up and down and up and down and up and down and this way, no, and this way, no, this way, no, this way, no, this way, no, this way. And I feel like the purpose of your connection is endings and beginnings here. I mean, honestly, the energy that I just really feel like with all this is that it's not forever kind of energies, that they were more stepping stone, more allowing you your rebirth, allowing you to let things go, to bring things forward and release things, to end an old cycle and to choose for yourself here. Mother Luna, Santa Muerta, she's literally birthing here. It's almost like Empress energy instead of, you know, um, death card energy, but I just don't feel this. I know we've been talking about them for a while, but I just feel like it's not a forever, kind of commitment energy. I feel like there's more coming in, and I feel like it is about letting them go so that you can step into a new adventure, something that's even more, all this cycle, this rebirth energy that comes in there. I know, I know, I know. But that's what I get from all these. And I don't know if I just have felt like I don't know why I feel like there's been this resistance to that or this disagreement with that in the past. But of course, you get to take everything as you will and make your own choices with it all. But that's what I feel is coming in hot, sun. So I have to go with what they're telling me, even though I wish so much different for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Lisa, you are up. Thank you so much. And thank you for your nice comment you mentioned as well. I appreciate that. And you want to know, how will R feel about your store once they come across it? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. I do feel like this top card. So, wow, I like it. We've got the Nine of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups is like a dream come true, and the Four of Pentacles is like the feelings of home. Four solid walls, a very solid foundation. So I feel like when they come across it, they're really impressed by it, and because there's this feeling of safety, but this feeling of stability and organized. It just feels everything just really good. And the Nine of Cups is like an emotional, like, oh wow, this looks great. I love this, kind of energy. So it does feel very positive energies that are coming in here. Um Again, the Four Pentacles is a solid foundation in an outside world. So I like it. It feels very positive. So hopefully that is what you were looking for there. And that's what they have. So many blessings. Right. And then Alicia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. And Alicia, or Alicia, could be Alicia too. I know we have a variety of Alicias and Alishas and Elizas and I'm so glad to have you all here. So you want to know what is your true career? You're unable to find what you actually want to do in your life. Can you get some guidance for what kind of career is good for you and what your heart wants to do? You're confused. All right, let's take a look here. So let's take a look. What makes your heart sing, right? Is really what we're wanting to know. We'll start with when's the last 3 times that your heart felt like it wanted to sing, it wanted to dance when you were doing something? Something that you could get paid for legally. That's funny. But a bunch. Um, so think about those. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, and it is. It's the night this is funny because it's the Knight of Cups. What has moved your heart, what you could get paid for legally, right? But the Knight of Cups is following your heart. And the King of Pentacles is about abundance and fulfillment and fullness, that your heart will lead you and you don't have to figure out like your entire life today. There's this great person, I forget where I saw it, was Instagram or, you know, on YouTube or something, where someone was saying regarding your career and trying to find your life purpose, that, you know, when we try to go, okay, what's my purpose in life? That's overwhelming for a human because you're trying to figure out your entire life. And they said, rather than doing that, because we freak out and we can't find our way, we do get confused. We all do. My dad, even when he was in the 60s, his 70s, and his 80s now, he still says it all the time. I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. I'm like, he's a Sagittarius, so it's a very Sagittarius, funny man. But I like it because it is true. With this other person said, is that you follow your heart. Where's your heart leading you right now in your life right now? Follow it. It's going to take you to the what is successful for you right now in your life. Doesn't mean that's what you're going to do the rest of your life, because your heart after a certain while will go, all right, we're done with that. Now let's go this way. And that's okay. We try to find the King of Pentacles is about security and fulfillment, and and we're taught that we need to have all this security, but um the one of the greatest awarenesses is that nothing in the outside world is stable. Everything's always changing, fluctuating. Money, jobs, people, things, whatever, constantly changing, unstable. We turn inward and upward, we find our stability in the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. The outside world just kind of takes care of itself, and you just follow your heart and follow where it's going. And like I said in the beginning, if it's like, what's the last 3 things that made my heart sing? Like for me, I love doing readings for people. I loved connecting with spirit and sharing these words that help people change their lives or not. I just enjoyed connecting with spirit and sharing their messages. And that's when, like, I mean, back in 2020 when the plague hit, I was like, "What am I waiting for to live my dream to die? I'm gonna go live my dream." And my dream, I had to figure out, how did I uniquely want to express the unconditional love in my heart with the world in my own special, unique way? And here I am. So if that might help, also, if you I read a great book by Sahara Rose called Discovering Your Dharma. If you go to her website, I am Sahara, Sahara, sahararose.com. She's got a couple tabs about, um, with little free quizzes that if all you have to do is give them an email, and they'll send you the top 2 ways in which you want to express yourself to the world when you answer these 6 questions. And they were so on the money about how we want to do it. And once you discover how you want to communicate, you can discover on what you want to give to the world, on there. So some little guidance, but it is a scavenger hunt. Yeah, we wish a squirrel would fall from the heavens, telling us exactly what we were supposed to do, but there's no supposed to. There's no right or wrong way to express the love in your heart with the world. There's no destined, you know, um, job or career. It's just how do we want to choose to express it? Um, and when we release ourselves from the fear of choosing the wrong, we can allow our heart to lead us, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit, Alicia. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the adventure. All right. All right. And then Ashu Patyal. Get your timestamp here. Yep. Okay. So hello, hello. So your free question. You took some readings and they told you you took or adopt some mindset or thought, and this thing or thought is controlling you. You took it from a feminine. Can you help me to find out? Because of that, I was attracting uh, people or the people that aren't right for you in your love life. All right, let's take a look here and see here. So, first of all, when you said you took some readings, does that mean you're cheating on me with other tarot readers? I'm just kidding. There's plenty of messages to go around. I just always do that. It cracks me up. No judgment at all. I watch other tarot readers because I enjoy getting messages from other sources and stuff too. So, all right, let's take a look here. Um, so, what do they want you to know about these mindsets and the thoughts that you've taken on? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, tell us more about this. And how can you be freed from it, right? Let's see here. Okay. So you do have the Five of Swords and the Six of Wands. All right. Yep. So the Five of Swords is very much conflicting energy between the head and the heart. And the Six of Wands, it is a victory. It is an equal attraction card here. It's a very mirroring energy. So I don't, when they're talking about the feminine energy that you took on here, and where you where the conflict happens between the head and the heart. Let's start with the Five of Swords, which is that conflict. It's five is a number of conflict, but it's mental conflict, it's belief conflict, which you're talking about mindset, right? Now, the Six of Wands, for some reason, I'm picking up six is mother energy, and it is. I feel like this is early, early, early on, and so I feel like this started, like, even in the womb, and let me give you an example, like, my mom I'm 2nd of 2 children, so I'm the baby. I know, always the baby, but, um, in between my brother, who's 3 years older than me, and my mom becoming pregnant with me, um, her husband, my father, wandered and had an affair with someone. And, of course, my mom being in her early 20s, that was devastating, and she had this belief that that meant she wasn't worthy, because if she was, and she would have made him happy and he wouldn't have wandered. So she carried this guilt and this fear that he was gonna cheat again and what this meant, and I felt it in the womb, and beyond for the 20 something years that we were married until my dad asked her for a divorce. Um, and because I was picking up from the womb this fear of being cheated on, I also had this fear of being cheated on because I felt all this energy, very empathic, feeling all those emotions growing up. to where when I got into a relationship, because I was focusing on fear of being cheated on, guess who I attracted to me? My wishes come true, people that would cheat on me. But it was for me, and, while I was going through it, yeah, it felt like hell, but when in reflection, when I look back, when I was doing my shadow work on my relationships, I realized that everyone was a mirror for me, and that's where the 6 of Wands comes in too. About 3 wands, this mirroring energy that everyone is always showing me what I wanna see about myself until I see it, right? When I'm in a place of victimhood where I feel like, "Oh, they're doing something to me," I can't do any reflective work because I'm in a victim role and I'm circling in lower vibration, keeping myself down there. So noisy, so distracting. But once I get tired of going in circles and I get tired of picking people that are and drawing those teachers to me who are showing me what I want to see about myself, once I see it and I step back and I'm like, wow, the creator, they were telling me, what would you learn through those experiences? Well, I said, well, besides, you know, men being bastards. I'm just kidding. I wasn't at the time. I was like, well, that. And they were like, no, no, no. What did you learn about yourself since they were a mirror? And I'm like, well, they were cheating and I wasn't. I was always faithful. And they're like, well, what if you weren't cheating on them? You know, if your self-worth comes from yourself, but you were defining yourself by them, and I'm like, "Are you saying I was cheating on myself with them?" And they were like, "Bing, bing, bing," and I sat with that, and I was like, "Oh my god, it was so right," because I was, trying to please everyone in the outside world, trying to please these people in your relationships were with sacrificing myself instead of defining myself by my self-love, this relationship with myself, I was defining myself by them. And this is the kind of thing that comes in here, these mindsets that you've had since you've learned from being in the womb. Doesn't mean you're trapped in it. It just means we will have the 5 of swords, the conflict. We will have conflicts in our outside world to show us what we want to see about ourselves to be freed from it. So it's not one specific, you know, like mine was my mom is when I learned that, but I learned a bunch of other beliefs from TV and friends and family and religion and whatever. We're always inundated since we're very young, being poured all these opinions, but that isn't we're not at the whim of the outside world. A big piece of the change happens, um, and this is that attracting people into my life. It's like, oh, okay, once I changed from feeling like this is happening to me to looking back and going, why did I want this to happen for me? Then I was able to not blame everyone else for their actions and creating this conflict, making me feel this way, to realize I'm the one that's applying the story. I'm the one that's choosing the emotion. I'm the one that's focusing my energy. I'm the one making my physical choices. I'm not at the whim of the world. This is happening for me. What gift is in the situation for me that's going to set me free? And then you take your power back and you realize, yeah, I don't have to be, you know, blaming everyone else. There's no blame. It's just experience. Why did I want this to happen for me? So hopefully that helps. That's what is coming in right now for you. So many blessings to you, Ashu. Right, and then up next, we have Ateshi Singh. Let me grab your timestamp here. I think I did it right there. All right. So, Ateshi, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. So, you want to know, how close are you to bringing in this manifestation into your physical reality? All right, based on current energies, let's see, how close are you here? Okay, I want that one and this one here. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, very close. Queen of Pentacles is about harvest, of course, in the outside world, in the physical world. Ace of Swords is clarity. So there is some communication, some clarity that's coming in regarding this that's going to help bring it in here for you. But it's a change and it's a realization. It's about seeing something from a higher perspective that's coming in. And of course, a higher capital T truth. I feel like something that can help is, have you had anything like that come into your physical world before, the thing that you're trying to manifest? Because when we change our mindset from that I'm trying to have something, like I want something or I need something, that's have not energy. I don't have something, so I want something, I need something. Our energy pushes that away, right? When I focus on gratitude for what I do have in my life or I have had in my life, that gets me in the receiving energy. And if, like, if there's something like I want to bring this into my physical reality, um, let's say it's money. It's an easy subject. Even if relationship, I can think about, well, like for money, I can think about what money is in my life right now, and I can have gratitude, sincere gratitude for it. That's have energy, and I can also look at what kind of money have had in the past, and I have gratitude around that. That allows me to receive more of that in. Same thing with a relationship. If I'm not in a relationship now, I can think about what I've loved about people in relationships in the past, what I've loved about relationships in the past. Can even focus on the love that I'm feeling in the moment towards friends and family and whatever. It doesn't have to be lovers, even if I'm wanting to focus on finding a lover. But all that focus on the love allows love to come in. So we change to what we do have and have had, gratitude that brings it in. If I focus on wanting or needing money or love, then it pushes it away. So maybe that clarity will help bring it in, but I feel like you're very close to have that come in. It just takes a little bit of a mind shift to allow the floodgates to open. It's like it's arriving to you very soon, but if you don't have that mindset open, it doesn't allow it to come in. It repels it away instead. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. All right, let me bring some more of these over here. Chicka, 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 chicka. Thank you guys so much again for your patience in getting to your readings. If you're looking, all of the list is in the description box of the video if you want to see when yours is coming up. All right, but we have Divine Empathic Clairvoyance Tarot. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. I think it was around there. All right, close. All right, so Divine Empathic Clairvoyance and Tarot. Good evening, my fiend. I love that you it. Oh, how dare it correct it from fiend to friend. All right. So, so what do we see in love over the next 2 weeks? Let's take a look here. All right. So week 1 and week 2. Interesting. So week 1, oh, we got the decisions to make here with the 2 of Swords. This is a bit like, it's like the first week around love is this battle between the head and the heart, and there's like this pathway coming up here because I feel like you might even have like 2 prospects coming up in this week. So sorry, I'm trying not to yawn. Scorpio full moon energy keeps us awake or dreaming a whole lot where we're tired. So so sorry. It's not you at all. But there is this fork in the road where your mind is like, well, this person looks good on paper, right? And then this person, your heart's, oh my God, and it's total opposites because one matches expectations of the mind, the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be. The other is a more of the heart. That's what week 2 brings in. Yep, the Four of Wands, joy, celebration, even a gathering of some sort here. And I like this because I feel like it's important for you to follow your joy. And if you have a gathering or a wedding or something to attend the second week, definitely go because it does represent that it's an important event to go to with the Four of Wands. But the Two of Swords is like you have this kind of connection between two people that are opposites, one of the mind, one of the heart. And of course, choose the heart because even though someone looks good on paper and they meet expectations, they won't meet all the expectations. Expectations are the relationship killer. It'll suck the life right out of the relationship. But when you're following your heart and it's an energy of joy and celebration, like the second week, then when you're doing what you love, then you meet someone who's also doing what they love, and then sparks happen and something organically grows. But when you're doing something like the mind, that's almost like trying to hire someone for a job, and you put out an application, you're reviewing their resume, you're doing an interview, you're doing a background check on them, right? Checking all their social media. But it's like they lied on their resume and you end up firing them anyway. So follow your joy, I feel like is the big message here. All right. So that's what they have for you, Divine Empathic Tarot. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Yadi Colon. Hello, Yadi. Thank you again for your donation earlier. Let me put the correct timestamp here. Whoa, totally went wild there. Mouse went rogue. All right, there we go. So, Yadi, for your free question, you are ready for the interview. Will you and the job, will you land the job at Home Harmony? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, so I want this one and this one here. All right. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of abundance and having enough where you're giving to someone else. And you got this little Temperance card, which is about balance and takes a little bit, have patience with the process because I feel like it takes a little bit of time. And there's this balancing energy with the Temperance and the Six of Pentacles too. Normally, the Six of Pentacles has like scales on it too. So I feel like the things balance out, and it just takes little longer than, of course, we want to know right away. Did I do good? Are you going to hire me now? But I feel like it takes them a little bit of time for it to all fall into place. But I do feel with the Six of Pentacles, that's a positive um, result. So yay, that's what they have for you. All right, so easy breezy, short and easy on that one for you, Yadi. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Starseed A, you are up. Just give me some more space here. There we go. So Starseed A. Hello, hello. So this is Ashul. How are you? I'm very good. I hope you're doing well. So you want to know spirit and angel guidance for the coming months. All right, let me take a sip here. All right. What guidance do they want to give you for the coming months? Do you feel like it's these two? So you got the Lover's card and the Six of Swords. So two number sixes coming in here. So June 6th is really popping up here with these two sixes. But this is the Lovers is the power of emotional choice. And the Six of Swords is like leaving old ways of thinking behind and move into higher ways of thinking. It takes you from rocky waters to calmer waters. So both of this energy is coming together. This June 6th number about balance about choosing the stories, choosing the emotions as you're going forward here. And there is like, there's all these flowers that are really standing out, which I hadn't noticed before. But there's flowers up in those little things up here. You see in the little circles. And then there's flowers up in the sky. And so there's all this like flowers, and that's the fruit, the things that are uh, the result of what we're looking for. When we plant a seed for flowers, we're waiting for the bloom, right? And so there's something about June 6th about being a time of blooming and being a time of fruition if you will manage your emotional choices and manage your mental choices, the story you're putting to things, the emotional choices you're making, and realizing that it is you making those choices. No matter what happens in the outside world, you're the one that chooses the story. You're the one that chooses the emotion that you feel, not other people. We're taught a lot growing up. This is what you should, the story you should put to this, the emotion you should feel, but we don't have to. This is about being a rebel, and, it's interesting. I know I have a friend whose birthday is June 6th, Gemini energy. This the 2 and the Lover's card is Gemini energy, interesting enough. So there's this Gemini balancing, and it's either a person that comes in or it is taking on that personality of a Gemini, of that, communication, of that education, of that communication energy that comes in here too. But it's all about seeing the two sides of things and preparing for this fruition. But but June 6th, a huge day for you. It feels like coming up here for you. So hopefully that's enough for you right now, Anjo. But that's what they have. So many blessings. All right. And then we have Minahil. You are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. Oops. There we go. So Minahil, you want to know who is your secret admirer? Well, they won't be a secret anymore if we tell you. All right, let's take a look. What can we know about Minihil's secret admirer? All right. So you've got the Hanged Man, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Well, two very slow cards about pause and waiting, and I kind of feel like whoever your current secret admirer is, it doesn't matter. They're not going to come forward anyway. Because the slowest moving horse and the hangman is like a caterpillar that goes in the cocoon. It takes forever for the butterfly to come out, but it's the pausing energy and slow moving energy here that you don't have to worry about the secret admirer, because they will not make any forward movement um, before you find someone. So it's and it won't come to fruition. Well, it would take forever to come to fruition, and you wouldn't have the patience to wait it out that long. If even if you knew who it was, you'd be like waiting and waiting and waiting, and it would be more of a distraction from your path. And it's like your spirit is like, we're not going to it's not in your best interest to know who the secret admirer is, because it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, um, is someone gonna get me something for my birthday? Yeah. Well, what is it and who's it coming from? It's like, well, it's this, but they never give it to you. Why would you wanna know it, right? It would just gonna upset you or make you, um, plot revenge or something, I don't know. So that's what's coming in Mini Heal. Hopefully that, uh, helps. Just go, "Oh, forget about it." You will find love before they would ever come forward. So, uh, you're better off not knowing. That's funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Dark Fairy. So, Dark Fairy, you are up. You'd like a general love reading. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. Got that and that. So you've got the Ace of Wands. Ooh. And the Three of Cups. All right. So you interesting here. You have the Ace of Wands, which is a new passion that will be coming towards you. But the Three of Cups comes in first. The Three of Cups with this combo, Three of Cups is you and two other like best friends. And these best friends are part of the foundation that's being built. And I feel like you meet them right before this new passion enters your life. But I don't feel like this new passion is someone who lasts, because when you're with these people, these two other peas in a pod where there's three of you, they're the kind of individual that would keep you accountable for staying true to yourself and not shrinking or ostracizing friends or changing your behavior to try to be who you think someone wants you to be. And they call you out on it in a loving way, and you all do. You do it to the other two, and everyone is that support. But these three, it's important for you to have this circle so that you don't get drawn into old habits in old ways. But you have someone with that Ace of Wands, a passionate interest that pops up just like 3 weeks after you meet this group. And so you start sharing, and this is how they discover your tendency, and you discover theirs too, of you shrinking. And they're like, so you're kind of changing a little bit, right? And I know for me, like I used to shrink and try to become who I thought someone wanted me to be. And I would even drop all my friends and not spend time with them to make them my life instead of having my life and allowing them to be a part of it. They became my life. And my friends would be like, "Oh, you must have met someone." I'm like, "Why?" And they go, "We haven't heard from you in a month." And I'm like, "Oh." But they would do it in a loving way. But this is the kind of foundation that is happening. And you'll meet these two. If you don't have the two besties right now, you will meet them around like 3 weeks before this other spark comes in, but that poofs out. Um, and then you'll have someone come later. But that's what's coming in right now, Dark Fairy. I love it. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Stargazer, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Stargazer, you want to know, when will you get married? All right, let's see. What are they willing to share around timing? Timing is always it's so based on current energy, and things can change tomorrow. But we'll look at here, see, based on current energies, what do they want you to know about when you'll get married here? Okay. Well, so you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Ten of Pentacles is a relationship and abundance energy. So that is confirmation that you will get married. And the Queen of Cups is she's very emotionally empowered because she rolls over the cup suit with the king, but all the queens get a second portion of cups. So she's like the master of emotion and finding your heart here. So this energy, she holds this Ace of Cups, which has to do with self-love. And so they're basically saying, and I know this is not what we want to hear as humans, because we want a date and a time and come on already. But when we get a message like this, it's all about your energy. the more you raise your love vibration, the faster it draws in and the sooner you get married because the sooner your relationship starts. And but so how you raise your love vibration and connect with your higher self-love is you get rid of mindsets that no longer serve you, based in small t truths rooted in fear. These expectations and stories around marriage and love and relationships that don't serve you anymore, emotions that don't serve you anymore, energy that doesn't serve you anymore, even purging things in the physical realm. You're basically clearing space mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically for the relationship, and then it comes. Before we do that, we're so clogged with expectations and fears and old emotions and fearful emotions and energy of want and need, and so much that we have no space for marriage. And so it's an important message of the more I focus on releasing all that and creating the space, focusing on gratitude and not want and need, then that's what draws it faster to me. Otherwise, I keep pushing it away. The 10 of Pentacles really stood out, and so I feel like right now it's like October energy of meeting someone, and I feel like marriage happens in October of a year, and I'm trying to dive in, pushing them a little bit because we can push a little bit. If I push too hard, then they just kinda all done. They disconnect. They hang up on me. No, they're just like they go, "Mm-mm, shh, shh, shh." But I feel like October is when you can meet them based on current energy. But that doesn't mean you can't raise your vibration, have it come sooner. But I feel like October, it could be October of next year or the October of the year after that. I feel like it's October of next year. 'Cause it's like if you meet in October, then you court or whatever for a year, and then the marriage happens a year later, is what I'm seeing based on current energy. So hopefully that helps. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we have M. You are up. Hey, M. Let's grab your timestamp here. And so you want to know Muriad's current feelings for you, what he thought when he first saw you. All right, let's take a look here. So, what are his current feelings for you? Okay. And then what he thought when he first saw you. Okay, I feel like it's this one here. So, current feelings. The Queen of Swords. Wow. Queen of Swords, she's a balance between head and heart, but it's also a card that represents like, wow, what a great fit. It's like um, someone that's very compatible, that fits like a glove and feels very like, yeah, we're like meant to be together kind of energy. So that's pretty strong energy right there. What did they think when they first saw you? Yeah, the Chariot. Victory. Well, they were kind of undecided with the power of choice, but it is a victory card. It is Cancer moon energy behind it all too, which is very divine feminine, a lot of emotion below the surface, I feel, but they were torn. Um, and I feel like it's like their heart was like, whoa, and then their mind was like, I don't know. Because it was I feel like when they saw you the first time, it just really flooded so much emotion that it freaked their mind out. Their mind clamped down. Where you going?" Because it was like the heart was like, "What?" It started to leap, and they caught him in midair and brought it back and said, "Psst, you cannot just act on that." And I like that. And I feel like it's more balanced now with the Queen of Swords. There's a nice balance between their head and their heart. But this does feel like they really feel like you are very compatible. Um, and are, very compatible, like you're like perfect for them. The fear that I feel is coming in is like they fear, are they the perfect match for you? And that's the fear, right? It's like, "Oh my god, I feel like we would be such a great match for everything that I'm wanting and everything, but am I gonna be a disappointment for you?" You know, and that's the great energy, right? It's always us humans going, "Am I gonna fail?" The fear of failure, right? I feel is bubbling below there. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Manhaal up next here. Let's grab your timestamp. So, angel and spirit's message for you. What's important? What do you need to know? What important thing do you need to know right now? What do they want you to know? Okay. This one. Ooh, and this one. Okay. So you've got the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. All right. So I feel like they want you to know here the Knight of Cups is this quest for self love and the quest for love. And the Five of Pentacles is an energy of it's the fear of lack, of being left out in the cold, being left behind, not being enough, not having enough. And so I feel like what they're wanting you to know now is like this whole quest that we're on, every human is. We come from a place of unconditional love, eternal unconditional love. Come down here to a place opposite of that to understand ourselves more. And the beliefs of lack is a big important piece of that because in order for us to experience conditional love, have fear of not being enough, fear of being abandoned, all that, we have to feel like we're not enough. And of course, as children, most human children are taught that growing up, we always feel like we're not enough. That's why most human children have low self esteem because we get punished. If we're always praised for that we're wonderful, then we would never, think that we're doing anything wrong and we think we're God's gift to the world, right? But luckily, all of us are punished as children, most of us anyway, unless you're adopted by a Buddhist monastery when you're a baby. Then maybe you are, I'm still sure there's punishment, or there's at least awareness of being not enough somewhere, I'm sure. But it's part of the journey, it's part of the process. And once we realize it's all illusion, it's all a perception, it's what we experience in life when we are taught and when we believe that another human brings me my fulfillment, it brings me my sustenance. The Five of Pentacles is a transformation of realizing that we experience abandonment when we like look to a human to fill us up. Because when our inner child goes into fight or flight mode because it feels unsafe or out of control, goes into survival mode, it will pull back all support, going, I need everything. That's where we experience abandonment, is because someone went into fear, pulled everything back, and we're like, well, what about me? Right? It's usually when we're younger and children. And so we develop these lacking beliefs and low self esteem. And that interferes with well, not interferes, probably enhances our quest of finding our self love. But in experiencing that lower vibration, we understand who we really are, higher vibration. So I feel like the message that they'd want you to, that's important to know right now, is that we come down here on purpose, for a purpose, like this tapestry, to understand who we are by experiencing what we're not. Like if this tapestry was all black, we wouldn't see this design. If it was all beige, we also wouldn't see that design. But it's experiencing this shadow that we get to understand who we really are. And I feel like that's the important thing they want you to know now, is that it, life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. Even the lower vibrational things is for us because we came down here to experience it. So we can understand our higher vibrational self and we have that contrast. So it changes the energy around what we're experiencing. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Let's bring over some more here. Thank you guys again for your patience in getting to your readings. I'm so happy to be able to bring these messages for everyone. All right, let me take another sip here. It's 11:11 p.m. here. 11:11. All right. So Pisces, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Let me grab the correct timestamp here. Okay, there we go. So you want to know, when will you meet your future spouse? All right, let's take a look here. Of course, as we were talking about earlier, whenever we're looking at timing, that's always a tricky business in this humanity because it's all about possibility and current energy. And who knows what decisions we'll make that will either bring people to us faster or push people away. So that's an important energy to be aware of. Right. We do have the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Well, we like the Knight of Wands because the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving horse out of them all, which means fast, 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 fast motion coming in here. Um, and the Seven of Cups is about a lot of emotional choices that are coming up. And again, this is exactly what I was saying, because it's like, depending on which emotional choices you make, will bring it in faster or push it away and make it longer. And what I mean by emotional choices is the emotional beliefs we have around spouse, around love. And if it's lower vibrational emotional energy that we're focusing on, which is the need to have a husband or a spouse, or the need or the want to have it, that actually pushes it further away because it's a not have. Like, I don't have a spouse now, so I want a spouse. I don't have a spouse now, so I need a spouse. So it's a I don't have is what our energy focuses on. And when we focus on something, we get more of that. So if I'm focusing on I don't have, that means I'm going to get more of don't have, right? That's what pushes it away. But when I start focusing on gratitude for the love I've had in my life, maybe the gratitude and what I've loved about seeing other people with spouses, or what I have gratitude around what a spouse will bring, you know, when we're focusing on gratitude, that is what draws things to us faster. So it all has to do with this emotional energy. With the Seven of Cups, I do feel like there's this July energy that's coming in here. And so I feel like, based on current energies, I feel like you'll meet someone in July. And I do feel like it's this year, because I was thinking next year and I'm like, that feels too far away. But I feel like, oh, they're saying the earliest you could meet someone is in July of this year, or all the way until July of next year. So they're giving you this huge year range and saying that if you, depending on your emotional choices, you can meet them as earlier as July of this year or as late as the end of July next year. So there you go. That's what they have for you. I know, but timing is all relative. It's divine timing. They're like, we're eternal beings. Why are you guys in such a rush? It's like, well, come down and being a human and you'll understand, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Minu, you are up next. Grab your timestamp here. All right. And you want to know who is coming towards you in love soon? Let's take a look here. Who is coming, all right, towards you in love soon? All right. So these are your two. So you've got the Three of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. All right. You actually have two individuals that are coming forward. So there's going to be two. There is heartbreak and disappointment with one of them here. And so I do feel like, you have this choice of two individuals that come forward, and I do feel here, sorry, I was just kind of diving around in the energies, because there is one that is more like your heart is really drawn to, and there's one that your mind is really drawn to. Well, it's the one that your mind is really drawn to that looks good on paper, as we say, or they seem to have these expectations that your mind is wanting, and you're like, wow, but they end up disappointing you. The one that the heart wants said, screw the mind's rules of what this supposed to be, it should be. A heart wants this. That they don't bring in that feeling of disappointment and heartbreak because you're not expecting from them because they already start off not meeting the list. The mind's going, "No, they're not like the person that we're normally wanting to go to," but the heart is like, "I don't care. I really am attracted to them." And so when you weigh out these 2 people that are coming towards you, just really look at where does my close your eyes, which helps you close your mind and open your heart and follow where your heart is leading you. That will lead you to a different place, a different experience. Then having all these rules of the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, because that just sucks the life out and we end up being disappointed in the areas that they don't meet up to. When we have no expectations, it's above and beyond, it's abundance, and it brings in a different energy. So that's what they have for you, Minu. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Queen, you are up. Whoops. Sorry, let me just scroll down here. My little mouse went crazy here. Whoa, stop. All right. There we go. Now I have you, Queen, here. All right. So, what type of major transformation is coming into your life? Ooh. All right. I think this is it. Do you see the cards just come out? Well, you got the magician energy, and you have the 3 of cups energy that comes in here too. And I like this. There's so much possibility of major transformation coming into your life here. And it can be in every area of your life. I know it's exciting because the magician card is you have the power. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So you hold the key here. And the 3 of cups is joy, celebration, gratitude, higher vibrational energies. And there is this energy here of spiritual connection. The 3 of cups can be your spiritual posse, your spirit guides, your ancestors, guardian angels, all of them. And the magician is your higher self too. So you have this ability to have a major transformation in your connection to the spirit world. Definitely there, emphasized, right? But this also says that if you focus on joy and gratitude around anything, whatever you focus, this is the the master manifester, the magician. And when you focus on joy and gratitude, that is the magic, the lightning bolt, the energy source behind manifesting. Because when we focus on what we're grateful for, it just draws that stuff towards us. If I'm focusing on what I want and what I need and what I hate and what I fear, it pushes stuff away. The stuff that I want and need, it pushes it away. The things I fear and I hate, I draw more of that toward me. Our energy is a magnet, right? And if it doesn't, the universe doesn't bring us what we ask for, it brings us who we are, what energy I'm emanating from me. And energy doesn't lie. So if I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful for this and that, and like, I'm so grateful for the money I have in my life. I really need money. I really need more money. That energy is bringing me lack. It's pushing money away. But if I'm truly from my energy, I'm so grateful for this abundance I have had, then I'm opening up to more abundance. And I feel like this is the big energy that's coming in here is the transformation that's coming is all initiated and sparked from you because you're not a little baby in a baby seat in the back seat of a car and someone else is driving your car through your life. You're driving the bus, baby. You are. And then the creator is co creator. They're following your energy as what to put in the GPS. All your spirit guides are all the puppies in the back of the bus, going, they're just happy to go along for the ride and There's no right or wrong decisions or choices, but you get to choose where you want to drive and what you want to do. You're not at the whim of some unknown force driving the car, taking you somewhere. You're the one driving the bus, right? You're like, oh God, grab that wheel and guide where you want to go. All right, that's what they have for you, Queen. Some many blessings to you. All right, and then Mysterious, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right, and you want to know what will be the profession of your future spouse? Ooh, so based on current energies for your future spouse, what will be there? Okay, these two. All right. Got the Seven of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Four of Pentacles is home. Seven of Cups is emotional confusion, can be emotional conflict. So emotional conflict of the home. They're either like energy of counseling or divorce lawyer. I feel like more I don't know why I'm feeling more towards divorce lawyer, but I feel like they help people with home conflict. Conflict in the home. So whatever the energy, that's what they help with conflict in the home. I feel like it's with the Seven of Cups, it's more emotional. So it's not like they're a repair person that repairs things in the home. I feel like it's emotional repair, emotional transformation of people in the home. So I'm getting more counselor, but kind of hysterically just divorce lawyer. It's like, "Oh, wow." I don't know if I'd wanna marry a divorce lawyer. That means they're good at divorcing. I'm like, but maybe they also see all the conflict, and then they know how to avoid it because they're like, "I do not want to be in a marriage, that ends like that." Alright, but I feel like more counselor, in all seriousness. Alright, so that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, and then Blacklife, you are up, and you wanna know what, major is happening soon in your life. So what major event is happening soon in your life? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies. All right. All right, actually, you get 3. They do want these, but they're separated in this way. You have the Queen of Cups, which is very empathic energy, and then the Page of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Okay. Interesting here. This is about an a breakthrough in like your spiritual gifts. The 10 of Swords is about letting go of trying to please people and just letting go of these expectations of these restrictions. Page of Wands is like a download of spiritual energy. And the Queen of Cups, she's the ruler over cups with the king. She gets a second portion of cups, which makes her very empathic, very in tune with her spiritual gifts. But that's why I feel like this energy of the Page of Wands after all this is that it's a significant event because you really start picking up on like people's emotions. Like there's this huge energy that comes in. And I kind of want to share here just because your empathic abilities are going to go, uh, I'd say, I don't know if you ever saw Spaceballs. It's going ludicrous speed. You're going plaid. It's like you're going into such speed and warmth and expansion that it's just huge. I'm going to share 2 episodes here with you, and what I'm gonna do, Black Life, is I'm gonna put them next to your name. I don't have a chat going right now, so I can't, put those, um, like, in a chat. So I'm gonna put them next to your name, in your timestamps in the pinned comment once I'm done with the stream. So if you're watching right now, I'm sorry, you'll have to wait. or if you go to my main channel, there is Take 10 with Zen. It's episodes 9 and 10, which is the empathic bubble, and the real gift of an empath. And I feel like those will be helpful for you in this expansion that's coming your way, where you're just going to feel people's emotions in a way like you're like, whoa. And it can be overwhelming at first because it's like Superman learning to have super hearing and they hear all the noises, right? So these two episodes will help you with that. So, but I feel like that's what's going to be coming your way. So that's exciting. All right. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we have Fairy Tale. You are up. Let's get that time stamp in there. And you want to know the negative traits of your future spouse. Wow, I just want to prepare for the worst. I get it. I get it. But of course, if we focus on their negative traits get bigger. So if we focus on things we love about someone, then those things go bigger. So our energy impacts our experience. So it's good to be aware of them, but I wouldn't focus on them. Just a little extra hint for free. Let's take a look here. So what do they want you to know? Right here they are. 2 cards. Boom, boom. All right. We got the 6 of Pentacles and the Justice card. So they've been to jail. No, I'm just kidding. The justice system. Just jokes, just jokes. It is about balance though, because the Justice card has the scales. Normally the 6 of Pentacles also has scales. And um I feel like the negative trait that's being emphasized here is they have a past of codependent relationships, but they were the overgiver. And so they have a tendency to overgive and not allow people to give to them. It's something that they're aware of with the Justice card because they have the Ace of Swords. They're aware of it and they're trying to balance. It's like they're recovering. Um, they're not the enabler. The enabler is the taker. They're a recovering overgiver in codependent relationships. And it has to go back to their own, um, lack of self worth growing up, you know, kind of energy. It's funny. They're reminding me, go, I know that almost, it's like that's a negative trait. They're going to overgive to me. Yeah, but with you wanting to be a giver and they won't let you give, that makes you want to, you want to feel the goodness, right? You want to feel like someone needs you or not so much needs you, but that they'll allow you to give to them too. Otherwise, you feel like you're using them and you're feeling like, we all want to be able to give to others. It's part of our nature. So we end up giving to friends, job, workaholic, affairs, or whatever. That's what codependent relationships end up being in because the overgiver gives until they're exhausted, and then um, gives until they're resentful, and then the person that can't give that because the other person won't allow them to ends up, like I said, finding other ways to give to feel good about themselves, which can end up in affairs, but also can become a workaholic or hobbies, and then you're spending so much time doing other things that this distance, especially when they become resentful, then right. So they were reminding me like a job interview. Tell us what is your greatest challenge about yourself? I don't know how to say no. You know, it's like, really, really, but that's the energy that's coming through. So hopefully that helps you, fairy tale. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Hang in, everybody. We're just down to just a couple of handfuls. In fact, let me bring all these over. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. So we got 7 more. So not too far away. All right. So up next we have Misha. You are up. Let's get your timestamp in here. So Misha, will you get married with Lawrence? Let's take a look here based on current energies. Right, that one. It's just one. Okay, what else? Is it just one card? No. Simple answer, yes or no, right? Um, no, it doesn't look like it here. We've got the Hanged Man, which is hold your horses, and the Santa Muerta card, which is the Death card. Death and rebirth, but in this case, death, the endings. There's someone else that comes your way that is more in tune with who you are and who you're becoming. It's like a caterpillar and a butterfly. You're a butterfly, um, going through this cocoon energy and this death and rebirth, the transformation, and it feels like Lawrence might be still in caterpillar mode at this point in their life, and but you're looking for a butterfly. So I don't feel like they are the one you're going to end up married to. All right. So I know, short and sweet. That's what they have, though. But that's good news. You want to be with the butterfly. You don't want to have to try to carry around a caterpillar, right? All right. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Momo 7, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you want to know how and where will you meet your future spouse? All right. How and where? Okay. So how you meet them? Well, lovers. Through important relationships. So you do meet them through like someone who's an important person in your life. Could be a best friend, could be a family member, but it's someone you have an important relationship with a lover's card. That's what it represents. Important partnership, important friendship, important relationship. So you meet them, they already been what is it? Filtered, or they've already been um I forget what the word that trying to there's a word trying to come through, but it basically is a word where, someone's been verified and checked and double checked and gone through the process, um, because this person loves you, and they wouldn't put you with someone that they wouldn't have thoroughly known. All right, you are good enough for them, for you. So I like that. Um, where do you meet them? You got the judgment card. Interestingly enough, I don't this is, the judgment card is like this. You can see it's like someone being raised from the dead. But it feels like at a family event. I don't know why that it actually kind of reminds me of the Munsters, like a family portrait of the Munsters or something, or the Addams family. But I feel like it's at a family event. So it's, someone who means a lot to you, and then you meet them at a family gathering, whether it's a birthing or a wedding, not a funeral, but it's a gathering, together. That would be odd, wouldn't it? "Come here. Come to this funeral. I want you to meet somebody." No, no. But I like that for you, Momo. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you, right? And then Trillionaire, you are up. Let's put your timestamp in here. So, Trillionaire, what unexpected thing is coming soon? Let's take a look here. What unexpected thing based on current energies? All right, I do want this one and this one. Got the World card. Oh, wow. And the Page of Cups. All right. So, the World card, being the last card in the major arcana, is a card of significant ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new adventure. And the Page of Cups tells me it's a new love that is headed your way, unexpected. And I like this because the world card does talk about no expectations because it's being the last card in the major arcana. We restart at the 0 full card, which is a world of possibilities. And what's great is when we meet someone new that weren't expecting to meet, and we have 0 expectations, right? So, 0 expectations, and they're giving us this. We're like, wow, look how amazing they are. If we can keep 0 expectations, we keep seeing how amazing they are. But as our expectations rise, they become less wonderful. Eventually, as we're dating, exclusively getting engaged and get married, we think, why did they fall short? But they haven't. It's our expectations. I like this kind of energy. You meet someone unexpectedly, and it's like spirit saying, and keep it unexpected, meaning no expectations. Focus on what you're grateful for with them as long as possible, because expectations are the relationship destroyer. Because when we have this long list of who someone is supposed to be and should be and need to be and what the relationship is supposed to be and need to be and blah 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 blah, we're focusing on what's not happening. We're checking off the things that are, and we're looking at what still isn't being done. We're focusing on lack. We're focusing on what's not happening, and then we get more of not happening instead of focusing on what we're grateful for and getting more of that. So I feel like that's what's coming towards your way here, Trillionaire. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Soulmate is up. Can you put your timestamp here? All right. So Soulmate, you want to know what major good thing is coming in soon? Wow, it seems to be a theme tonight. So what major good thing is coming in soon for you? Based on current energies? All right. Well, there is this discovery here. The Knight of Pentacles is on a quest of self worth, seeing their self worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Five of Pentacles is a change of that. It's moving from these fears of being abandoned, being left out in the cold, not being enough, not having enough, to realizing that it's Creator that brings us our sustenance in each moment. And they don't go into fight or flight mode. They don't pull things back out of fear. They are source. They have endless resources. They always give us everything we need in each moment and more, not just bread and water, but not also everything our ego wants, but they give us what we need. Here I am, a little over 58 years old, and I've never not had what I needed, or I'd be dead right now. And how do you know I'm not? I'm not. Trust me. But this journey of getting and realizing that building this trusting relationship with the creator about having everything you need in each moment. And that is a major good thing, because when we have fears about not having enough, we push enough away. When we have trust and gratitude for what we do have and what we have had, we flood in, and we have this inflow of abundance instead. And that is a huge transformation. We don't have these barriers keeping things away from us. We open a conduit of things coming our way. So I feel like that is what is coming your way. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right, let me bring our last three down here. All right. So Grace, you are up next. Put your timestamp in there. So, Grace, hello, hello. So, who is coming towards you in love next? Next, who's coming your way? Is it a stepping stone? Is it a life partner? I guess these are it. We'll see what we have. Boom, boom. The Sun and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So you do have the Sun card, which shines a bright light on things. And the Seven of Swords is the card of the deceiver, the liar, you know, the thief, the trickster. Same old, same old. But I like this for you, Grace, because it's not because that sun's there, it's victory and it's a bright light. You see right through it, right from the beginning, right from the start. And so this is who is coming towards you in love next. But of course, it's going to be a very quick next because you spot everything right away. And in fact, I feel like whoever this is that comes forward, and whether it's on a dating app or something, you're just like, sure. And you kind of, I don't want to say toy with it, but you know it's not gonna go anywhere, but and you have this intuition, you have this insight, you see it all, and it feels I almost feel like it just feels good to have spotted it and just to continue it, and you're like, wait for it, I'm gonna see it." And boom, there it is. You're like, "Yep, there it is. Oh, and then there it is." And you don't get upset, you're not taking it personally. It's like validation of, like, "I can see this now. Before, I would have fallen for it, before, but I've learned it and I've grown, and now I have this ability to see it, and I don't fall for it." And then you're just like and I feel like you know what to say, and you're like, "I'm gonna say this and watch how they react." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah." And not that you're saying something mean, but you know what the trigger is, and you're like and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not really, and they ghost you or whatever, and you're like, "Yep, there it is." But I like this for you because it is more of an affirmation for how far you've come and what you've learned, and you're like, "Yep," and it doesn't even bother you. I feel like it makes you feel good about your ability to just see it. And you saw it like right from the start. So I like it for you. All right. So that's what they have there for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we have Victoria Huber-Ramirez. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Let's put your timestamp in here. You were at 2:07 even. So hello, hello. What you want to ask? What is coming towards you this upcoming week? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Got this and we got this. So this coming week, you have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting energy. So, Eight of Pentacles is about having put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You do have some, like, you're seeing the fruit of your labor coming here in the outside world. And the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. It is the quest of self love here. And so I feel like what is coming towards you in this upcoming week is a series of extraordinary events. I think there was a movie that sounded like something like that. But because of this quest of your self-love and being able to see things from emotions from a different place, I really like it because it's like you're seeing how you're because you've changed these viewpoints in your heart about your own self-love, you're beginning to see the fruition in the outside world that comes forward. Whether that's you're seeing the impact of relationships that you have with people, you're seeing how the interactions change because every relationship we have in the outside world is a reflection of our self love being mirrored back to us. And I just feel like that is showing up in your relationships, like family, friends, work, different places and different situations, you're seeing things alter and change because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And as you're changing, you're seeing the world differently. You're experiencing the world differently. And I just feel like it's in a lot of different areas in your life that's coming up. Just you're spotting it all over the place. So I like that for you. Very nice, right? Right, Victoria, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have Theresa Horton. Hey, Theresa. All right. So you want to know here. Do you see me having money to move, or will I be moving? I need money now, Zen. I'm so serious. Oh, boo 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 boo, Teresa. Right. Do you ever see that A League of Their Own? There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in moving. All right, let's take a look here. We're always taken care of one way or another. There's always an answer somewhere. So we'll see here. Will you be moving? And if so, will you have money for moving? Okay, will you be moving? We have the Hermit card. This is about being alone. So there is that energy. And will you have money? We have the death and rebirth here. Energy. It's funny that there's a no, it's not, you're not dying, even though you have like a coffin and the death and rebirth card here. But it is the ending of one situation, the beginning of a new one. So I do feel like there will be this movement. And with the Hermit card, that's an energy of you being to yourself. So it's not like you're going to be moving with someone. It just feels like you have this opportunity to be separated from individuals and having your own independent adventure. So then the Hermit card is also about withdrawing and connecting with spirit and asking spirit to guide you. And that's the main amazing thing about spirit is, we just have to ask of our own free will, saying, I'm uncertain. Can you affirm with me that I'm moving, and can you show me signs and give me guidance on where I get the funds to be able to do this, or the opportunity to be able to move and and be in this situation, and be open minded. Say, please show me, because it can be, you know, I don't know. I mean, the example that popped in my head is like being working on a ship, like a boat cruise ship, and that you have your own little mini quarters. It might feel like a coffin because they're small, but it's like you have your own quarters, your own space, and you have a job, and then you get to be on a cruise ship. It'd be that kind of be open to situations. It's like, oh well, that would be me moving, and then I would be having a job doing something that maybe I would enjoy. And wow, all my food and you know residents are paid for, and I get to be a minimalist for a while. It's like, oh, I never thought of it coming that way. But being open minded on the information that's coming, but ask creator, ask spirit, please show me the decision and make it a no brainer, and so I can see it clearly and easily. And boom, you'll get answers like that. So hopefully that helps, Teresa. Hang in there, my dear. Many blessings to you. And thank you guys again so much for all your patience and getting through all the readings. After I'm done here in a moment, I will post a pinned comment listing all the timestamps so you can find your reading like that. All right. And I will return tomorrow at 11 a.m. and on Sunday at 11 a.m. And then also tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me then. Until then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have fun. Because why are we being so serious, right? All right. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.